Hey guys, so this is the summary and thoughts of day 4 for the Book of Enoch readings. We read chapters 17 to 23 of Enoch 1. And this is kind of piggybacking off of him being told yesterday by God, basically, what to say to the fallen angels who sent him with a petition. And so God told him what to say, and now he's being shown around. And he was shown, like, basically just a bunch of highlight reel places that it sounds like he's not really getting into. He refers to a place with a great river and a great darkness. He went to the place where no flesh walks. He saw mountains of the darkness of winter and the place whence all the waters of the deep flow. Right? He's saying, like, kind of like these highlight reel places, just one after the other. But something that I thought was significant was he is, pointing out, landmarks and things. There's these massive different types of mountains. Um, and God shows him really, he shows him the earth, basically. It sounds like he takes him out of this realm, and he's kind of describing, he says, I saw the four winds that basically drive life on earth. He's saying that he sees the pillars which are the earth's foundation. And it's interesting, I mean, people talk about the flat earth and such, but he's not describing the earth really as a sphere. It's not really sounding like that. He's describing it that way. And so he just had some unique descriptors, and then he gets taken to these places that are terrible, and he says that they're frightful places. Great and powerful places are on fire, but also some of these frightful places have fire, and it seems like there's different types of flames. And he gets taken to a terrible place, and he gets taken to three terrible places. The first terrible place was not as bad as the second terrible place, but they were similar. And then the third one was different. And so the second terrible place was basically the location that the angels who sinned with women, who made the Nephilim in this, were going to be taken during judgment. And that was where they were going to serve out their sentence in forever. And uh, the third terrible place was a holding cell, if you will, and it was like three or four smooth, round holes, basically, in the side of a mountain. And Enoch is being shown all these places, and he looks in these holes, and he's asking, "What is this? What is this? What is this?" And he looks in these holes, and he says, the angel, that's one of the angels that's with him, tells him, this is basically like the holding cell for like all man until the day of judgment. And there's a soul down there that's like lamenting and calling out and kind of like making his case for his death, basically. And he says, who is that? And it's the angel says it's Abel. He Cain and Abel. And so he's saying it's Abel, the one who was slain. And he says that he's down there like lamenting and making his suit against his brother, and he's basically doing that for eternity, and until that his seed is annihilated from the earth. And what they say is there's three different holding cells, and there's like a specific holding cell for like holy and righteous people, and then there's a holding cells for not so good people and for bad people. And so it was interesting that they have all these landmarks in this land that's beyond. And these terrible locations are on the edge of, all of this extra earth. Um, and when they had gotten to the edge, it was kind of interesting how he had described it. Um, I don't have it right here. It's in the reading that we had done, but it was, he had kind of referred to it as like the extra earth. And so that was also kind of an interesting thing. And so That's kind of the conclusion. The last thing that they saw, seems like they came across kind of like a river of fire, and he had asked about that as well, and the an angel had answered him. It said, "This course of fire which thou hast seen is the fire in the west which persecutes all the luminaries of heaven." There's some phrasing in here too, which, like, I want to read into it and I want to study this a little bit more, because there's some phrases in here that I'm not grasping fully. And so I do got to read a little bit. But if y'all have any thoughts, feel free to share. But that's day 4, and we'll be back tomorrow with day 5. Thank you.